It's at the Round Table Podcast Show.
Oh shoot! Now,
You got
hold
a
up.
new intro. What's up with
Wait,
that?
wait a minute. That shot me too. I was like, "What in the world?" The cat ain't even here and still dropping stuff. Wow.
I wish you'd have
Ah,
gave me a choice on a picture. I think I got a better picture that I
uh,
could slide in there than that one.
I'm sure. I'm sure it could be adjusted. Sure,
Yeah,
it can be
yeah. I
adjusted.
want him to do an adjustment, but I love it. I think it's
Yeah, that was
the
tight.
bomb.
That was tight
Yeah.
right there. And speaking of him, of course, you people out there in our viewership land, our family and everything, can see that we're one person down. We ask that you keep his family in prayer as we are doing so as well. Blessings to the family. But moving on, we'll try to hold it down in his absence. And moving on, let me go ahead and do the proper introduction to you before we go ahead and catch up with each other. So, to my left over here, it's the one who's the accountable one, the impressive one, the capable, the independent, the resilient, the graceful. We have coming to us the Grace our podcast, Miss Pitbull. How you doing, sis?
Hello, bro. How are you? And Carrie,
Good.
miss you. Keeping you in prayers. Hello, family. It's Wednesday. I can't say it enough. It's my midday of the week. Plug into you guys, and I know I can get through the rest. So I'm happy to be here. Happy that we are streaming live and got my bro. Because if you don't have one, you got to have two. A Money, Deacon, Def
Oh,
Jam,
see, there you go.
Silky
Oh.
Sounds of Adrian Biddle.
Appreciate the intro, sis. Appreciate the intro. Glad to see you doing well as our viewers are starting to check in right now. Hey, Mahogany, she said, "Hey, y'all." So, hey, back to you, Mahogany. Thank you for joining us. We also having coming to join us as well, Latosha Carson. Thank you for joining us, sis. Hello, beautiful people. Right back at you, sis. Yes, 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 yes. We were off last week, and it almost feel like trying to get back into the, you know, getting back into the.
Life,
Yes, yes,
you know
yes,
it.
yes. So it looks like Melissa is another one of those shows. It's another What You Talking About Wednesday.
Mm,
Those can go from anything our viewers or our family want to talk about to anything that we come up with on the top of our head.
right.
So these are some of the best shows in my opinion because it's off the cuff. You don't really know what where we're going with it. We just go with it.
Just make it happen.
Yes.
Well, I have three things
Cool.
that I got. Um, First thing, since we're always talking about COVID, um, if you haven't had it happen in your workplace, there has been a new um, relinquishing of positions. Certain employers have taken a stand to say that if their employees are not vaccinated or don't have any plans or schedules to be vaccinated, that they are a harm to the workplace and they are causing a unhealthy work environment and a disruption. So they are letting these people go. So, family, how do you feel about workers that have, you know, still showed up for work, whether they had to log in from home or actually report in person during these 2 years of a pandemic? And their employer is saying you either keep your position or you lose your position if you are not vaccinated. Also, with the boosters coming out, is that something that's considered a necessity? Will this now extend to those who are vaccinated but feel like, they don't want to get the booster? Will employers now extend this type of a ruling to those employees that are vaccinated?
That's interesting. It's a good one. So for our family that's out there, chime in on it. I'm gonna chime in on it myself momentarily, because we are the People's Podcast. We put all your comments up, but this one threw me for a loop right here. I'm trying to figure this one out. Maybe you can help me out with this one. We have a comment from Dennis Barton, just wanting to say I put Yents on the bit screen via Chromecast. He even puts the closed caption underneath.
All right, Dennis.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's my 412, buddy.
Yes, yes. Appreciate that share. Appreciate you sharing that information with us. And also, while you're here, go ahead and comment on what Melissa brought to the table as far as the vaccine and employers pretty much terminating you if you don't have it. Well, I say this, and I can only speak for my particular workplace. I'm not for certain how all of them are handling this particular situation, but they do allow you, and I think some other ones in our area allow you, if you happen to not want to get vaccinated, you have the option of weekly testing to confirm that you are not contagious or you have the virus.
Okay.
Yes. So now I'm not for certain now. This is just for some employers that I know of. I'm not for certain if all of them are doing it like how you said they are. Is if
Mhm.
you don't get the vaccine by a certain date, well, I know most healthcare facilities are. If you don't get the vaccine by a certain date, then you're subject to be terminated.
Right.
Now that I have a little problem with, especially some of our health facilities around us.
Hmm.
Um, because I know a lot of them offer religious exemptions, and I just happened to
Hmm.
see a story not too long ago where an individual was trying to apply for that, but got rejected 2 times. So I'm curious with that, what are they looking for? What are the standards of a religious exemption in comparison to having a loss in job or employment?
Right. Right. I know that there have been some places where the weekly testing has been implemented for those who do not wish to be vaccinated. I do know of some employers that are accepting valid exemptions, whether it be, extremely critical to their current health condition,
Hmm.
or, religious, things like that. So it's not just a still across the board, across all employers, no vaccine, no job. But
Hmm.
for the majority, there has been surprisingly, I mean, there's been a nice percentage of workforce that has been let go
Hmm.
due to that because they are determined to create this healthy work environment, um, which is one of the HR catchphrases for a disruption and grounds to dismiss. So, and in North Carolina, to hire and will, fire at will state.
Hmm. This is
So,
true.
yeah.
This is true. So, Dennis Barton commented on the subject of the matter that we're discussing right now. He said, "I looked at it similar to school or university. We were required to get VATS, then no real difference with employment." Also states that said, my employer is not requiring it yet. However, they are requiring that we disclose if we have or have not at this time. They are also wanting info of religious exceptions as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel I'm torn. I know,
Hmm.
to get the vaccine, I am vaccinated. Um, not thinking about work, not thinking about any of that, but just thinking about my part in society.
Yes.
I'm removing the personal agenda out of it.
Hmm.
Um, and if I've been reporting to work, especially those that have been like having to go into the workplace and
Yeah.
they have been there and they have done double shifts and they have, been there when there are people who may have contracted it. Um, and they're not giving any type of consideration. I think that
Hmm.
is I think it's horrible. I really do because you can't force somebody to get the vaccine no matter how much I may feel it's the right thing to do, but they have that opinion, they have that right not to. So
Absolutely.
now what? You're forcing them to do something that they don't want to do.
Absolutely. Well, we have coming to the stage right now, Mr. Adi Bartlett. Thank you for joining. He says,
That's Ben's
I'm all
mom.
done. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Ah, hey, Ben's mom. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out. That's what I'm talking about. A family affair going on. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so it's a very interesting dynamic right now dealing with that and seeing it because a lot of people are sticking by their convictions right now, and if they choose not to want to do it as far as the vaccine itself, they're not doing it,
You're
even
not
if
doing
it's
it.
actually costing them their livelihood.
That's right.
Hmm.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And speaking on that, my second thing that was brought up was the vacancies in employment.
Hmm. What do you think is causing that? Because the famous phrase that we keep hearing in our area, and it may be the same in other states as well, is people just don't want to work.
Yeah, they always say that. They always say that. I don't think that it's people just don't want to work. I think it's the bogus salary and the bogus hourly wages, and just the shenanigans to get people to come into the workplace. I mean, you have some people who, I mean, for people who have been able to maintain and fairly well, meaning that your household is bringing in more than $48,000 a year. Okay. Um, I need you to understand what it's like to have a salary of like maybe 30 and
Hmm.
you have four people trying to survive off of that.
Hmm.
Um,
Very difficult,
it's very difficult.
almost near
Um,
impossible.
right. However, that amount of money keeps you from being eligible for any type of assistance to anything because you're like 1,000 or 2,000 above the margin for what assistance is for. So you've been working two jobs to even make that. So now you've gotten $300, $600 in your unemployment, and you realize I have not been living my life. Like, oh my God, if I just had this amount of money, I could live my life. And when you break down the extra $300 that people were getting with their unemployment, it equals to like hourly wage people like an extra $7 an hour.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like $7. That's
That's a
it.
big difference.
That's a huge difference for some
Mm.
people who are making like $8 an hour. Like some people don't even understand that there's people out here that work two jobs because they can make $8 an hour on one job and maybe a part-time job they can make say six.
Mm.
So that's giving them, $14 an hour or of some type of a part-time, full-time position just to make ends meet. Like, so it's not about people not wanting to work. People have learned and valued their worth, and it's time for a lot of these big corporations and employers to give up the money, quit holding it up top, and give it to your workers. Because saying I'm going to give you a $500 bonus, signing bonus, or $1,000 signing bonus, that's not going to equal to anything over 12 months when I'm not going to get any more money.
That's absolutely correct. I totally agree with you with that one, Melissa. Um, Hey, Keith Barnwell joining us, my main man. Been a minute, man. Appreciate you coming in and checking in with us to chop it up. He says, "What's up at the Roundtable Crew?" And Mr. Barton, he chimes in again to your previous topic. Another way to look at it: if you can force smokers away to not be subject to smoke, why not push away potential carriers of a virus that could take your life? Hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, there's some merits to that.
That's
There's
true.
certainly some merit to that.
It's true.
But touching back on what you just now got through bringing up to us, Miss Pitbull. So now that the unemployment, the federal unemployment addition to the state unemployment has ended, So
Mhm.
it's no more additional money on top of
Mhm.
your unemployment coming in.
Right.
So that, and I think that stopped earlier this month, if I'm correct.
I think so. That or in the last month.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people, they aren't going to be receiving, I think, their unemployment either. Now you have to
Mm,
do like you used to. You have to show that you have applied to at least 5 jobs. You have to show that you've been researching or looking for some type of career, um, even if it's just in another field or industry. So there are some things, but the one thing, and then I don't mean to sound, morbid, but a lot of people are dead.
that's true.
I
That's
mean,
true. You're right about that.
a
I
lot
didn't
of
think
people are
about that.
dead. They're dead. Like they did
Hmm.
not survive like 2020 or 2021. So as many people are you're saying, oh, they're out of work. They are out of work, but there's a lot of positions out here that aren't filled either because yeah, people are having babies, but babies aren't growing up overnight.
That's true. That is true. So, um, hmm, and then a lot of people are betting on themselves now with that that additional money that we're getting during the pandemic, and actually going out and actually starting their own businesses now. So
There you go.
that has to be taken into account for as well.
And
Eh,
there has been, and they're actually doing it, not just somebody, is being an well, I won't say that, but they're being an actual entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
um, not a entre other person. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're actually doing what they need to do, you know?
Okay. Well, you done threw out two good ones already. I'm talking
It's your
about
turn.
you done came out swinging.
Come on, Deacon Def Jams. What you
Ah,
got?
hey, let me go over this note. I had said, you know what, this would probably be good to bring up today too. I'm gonna ask you, what if? How would you have handled the situation?
Uh-oh.
And everybody else out there. So NFL fans know that Tom Brady just recently threw his 600 touchdown, and inadvertently that would go back to the quarterback who's been the first one to ever accomplish such a feat like that. But
Mhm.
inadvertently, his teammate wide receiver Evans went and gave the ball to a fan. So he felt bad about it. He tried to coach the fan to give the ball back, which he did with the stipulations of him receiving, let's see, a Bucks gift card of $1,000 credit to the team store. Let's see. He also received from Tom Brady himself $63,000, a $63,000 Bitcoin.
Okay.
Let's see. Two signed jerseys from Brady and Evans. Evans signed cleats for that game that he played in as well. And I think, also two season tickets for the remaining of this season and next year. Sound pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
However, however, doing research, and people have been doing research on this, if put up for auction right now, that football that he scored his 600th touchdown with could be worth anywhere between $2 to $3 million.
Yep.
Would you have gave it up?
I don't know, because I already be thinking about ching 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 ching. I am always thinking about coins.
Yes, yes.
So he should have known that as much stuff as they was throwing at him, that it was worth more than what they were giving. One thing about the money, they
Hmm.
will always give it up to get more. So for me, I'm a football fan. I'm a Steeler fan. And to be at a Steeler game and Ben Roethlisberger have this monumental game ball and somebody comes and give it to me. Juju comes and give it to me. Haywood, whatever, come and give it to me. And they're like, hey, yo, we need to get that ball back. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't, but I
Yeah.
probably would. I probably would negotiate some nice, sweet
Uh,
deals,
oh yeah.
um,
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
So it's a nice sweet trade, but yeah, to become a millionaire off of a ball. Me personally, I probably would have just had the Steeler team buy it back from me or the NFL buy it back from me. I don't need all of
Oh,
that because all
that's a good point.
that
Mm,
stuff y'all writing off anyway. Everything you giving me
absolutely.
is not costing you anything.
No.
Buy it back from me.
Mm, that's a lopsided give and take to
It's
me.
my ball.
Yes.
Buy it back from me. What would you
Yes.
like?
Absolutely. So, friends, family out there, would you gave the ball back up? We're being joined also. Hey, Charlie Twos. She says, "Hey, friend Amelie." I be struggling with it like Carrie. I be trying to get it. We try to get that out. And Mr. Barton states, I think to your prior discussion that we were having, my employer is bribing us to stay. People are overworked and quitting, so they are offering $5,000 just to stay on for at least 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wow. He also mentions that I would have told to this topic that we're discussing right now. He said I will also have told Brady I want him to finally admit he sold his soul to Satan years ago, and the Bitcoin could put that guy in a good spot financially.
It could. It
Yeah,
could.
it could.
It could. Absolutely.
Oh, Dennis, you really think he sold his soul?
Man,
He'll
well,
do some miraculous stuff though.
let me tell you something. You know his wife is a witch. Like,
Uh-uh.
yeah, she's a declared witch. They did a story on her during the Super Bowl
No, I did not know that.
and said that she does whatever she does every game, and that's why, or
Wow.
before a game or something like that. Yeah, you
So you
know,
better not you better not ever get on her bad side then.
I
'Cause
don't
you
play
don't need no
around with none of it.
not me
Nope.
either. Either. All right.
Mm.
So I don't want to beat a dead horse up anymore. And thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that. Here's what she shared with me to help me be able to pronounce it a little bit better the next time.
Friend Amelie.
Friend
Friend
Amelie.
Amelie.
Friend Amelie. I'm a,
Friend Malie. Friend Malie. Look at him. He's struggling, Charlie.
hey, hey, I appreciate you breaking it down for me anyway.
Hmm.
Thank you for that, sis.
Charlie Twos. I did not forget your gift. Life happened, and I totally, totally did not put it in the mail. But I do have your gift from the book.
So she also says that she is a witch, but not like those things. I'm still scared of it altogether.
I heard of it.
Appreciate your support, sis. That was done with you, with your help. Um, I'm home December 10th through the 13th, she says to
Okay.
email.
All right.
All right. You want to throw out the other topic or you want me to give another one?
You give
Oh,
another one. I gave two. You give two. This is an equal
uh,
opportunity show.
all right. Well, this one might get a little
Dicey.
besides. Yeah, this one may just do that. What makes a better pet, a dog or a cat? This is what you talking about, Wednesday's family. Everything is on the table. So
Ah.
this is mine right here. I know we got some pet owners out there. No, we do.
So
So
I've been of both, but I have had cats the majority time of pet. That has been my choice, um, and I just get along with them. That's just the way it is. But I mean, I have had a dog as a pet as well. They just can't be too big. I can't do really big dogs. Um,
mm,
I'm intimidated. I don't
really,
care about the breed. I'm not a person they give pit bulls a bad name.
hmm
Um, and I'm so not
no
in.
pun intended. No pun
No
intended.
pun intended. Give pit bulls a bad name, but that is definitely like. But it is a reason why I chose what I chose. It has multiple meanings. Um, and not all of them are bad. Not all of not any pet. I mean, you got some fairies out here that'll tear you up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
It's just
Mm,
about how they've been trained, or sometimes how many times they've been crossbred. So you don't know what you're getting once those pups are born. Um, there's a whole bunch of things, but for me personally, I am a cat person. So I won't be having any more pets, but if I had to, it would be a cat, not a dog.
Charlie, she already gives us
You know, she's
who
a
she
dog.
prefers. Yes, she
Yeah.
says dog. Um, thank you for joining us, Gerald.
Gerald said cat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Terry, Hola
Hey,
family. Hey, Terry. Dogs are cats for you,
congratulations.
Terry. Oh yeah, congratulations with the newbie, the newbie. Um, let's see. Dennis says dog all day. Who wants a pet cat with an attitude problem? This is true. At least a dog has your back if something goes down in your home. That's the way I feel about it too.
Whatever.
Anthony Craig, a dog. Go ahead on. Them dogs. Them dogs are representing. Terry loves it. Charlie says, although I have had a cat, I just prefer dogs and pits at that.
Yep.
Shoot, me personally, I've always been a big dog fan. I never cared for cats. They're too sneaky.
They are not. Everybody say the same
They're
thing. They just
sneaky.
sneaky.
They are.
They jump on you. No, they
And
don't.
and then like Dennis just got through saying they do act moody.
Dogs act moody too.
No, they don't. They always are excited whenever their owner comes in from a hard day of work. Unconditional love you receive from a dog. Them cats, boy.
Nina would be happy when we would come home or when we would leave. She would be like, "Hey, where y'all been?" She would be excited.
Hmm.
She just doesn't bark or meow when she's excited, but she would.
Mm. I don't know about that one. Hey, Charlie says congratulations. That's to Terry.
Hmm.
Let's see. Sorry. Terry says dogs are defenders and protectors. Cats are disgusting and mean. I totally agree. I totally agree. She went in on that one.
Wow, Nick. Jeez. Tell me how
Uh,
you really feel.
yeah. Charlie says mine has twos. My pits are codependent.
Codependent.
Laugh out loud.
I think
Yeah.
everybody's pet through these past 2 years have become codependent.
Hmm. That's a good point. Terry says that cat owners have them walking on their counters. So gross. That's a good
Absolutely
point.
not. Mm-mm, that's a lie because I never.
He said he disagree with that one.
All day, never. My cat has never been walking on my table or my counters. My house don't smell like piss. Like no, none of that. Cause nasty people have nasty pets,
Mm, mm. Take
and
that.
I don't care what it is. If you nasty, your pet gonna be nasty.
Oh, dang. Put them on blast, man. Put
Yep.
them on blast.
So those are people who haven't walked across their counters. They nasty.
Anthony says that cats do what they want to do. I totally agree. And they are some arrogant, and I do mean arrogant animals. I can't stand them. I love them from afar, but as far as having them as a personal pet, nah, I'm good. And Terry responds back to Charlie saying, "Thank you." Uh, there's more stuff. I sleep so much better knowing my dog is gonna bark if anyone is near our home. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Oh,
that's your road dogs right there. No, they got your back. And said, yes, yes, yes. And I'm assuming that might have been that them cats are just arrogant. I'm talking about
whatever,
arrogant animals.
whatever. I like cats. We get along perfectly. Maybe because we act alike. Who knows? I don't
Mm,
know.
mm.
I speak their language. They speak mine.
Oh, you the cat whisperer? Uh, Charlie says my cat would when I wasn't home, and I would also attack. It would also attack intruders from atop my cabinets when maintenance came in unannounced. Laugh out loud. Oh,
Oh
oh,
yes,
go ahead on. Let me
they
find out.
hide.
Let me
hiding
find that
stuff.
out. And then trying to protect the house too. I did not know.
They are. Cats are a totally different breed if you don't know them.
Mahogany said, I stepped away for a minute, but I love my fur baby. What's your fur baby? Is it a cat or a dog? Hopefully it's dog, but if not, we understand.
It's a dog.
Okay.
You already know she had a dog.
Yes, yes. Dennis states that dog will help you stay fit by going for walks. Cats only care if you're giving them exactly what they want. Cats equal one-way relationship. Another great point, Dennis. Another great point. You've proven a point with this one.
I bought this little paw print thing and it says dogs have owners, cats have servants.
That fits them perfectly. That certainly fits them perfectly.
So yes, I do agree.
Yeah, and Mahogany did confirm that. Yes. Oops, sorry. Yes, it is a dog. Charlie says my dog would quit on walks. They're spoiled. Oh,
Wow.
really? Go figure. Yeah, they have their unique personalities.
Why is that unique personality for a dog, but for a cat it's moody? That's moody too.
Ah, you can smell their attitudes as soon as you walk in the house. It's, it's just what it is.
Whatever. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry, you probably would be excellent to chime into this, but I have a friend whose daughter's just had a baby. Um, the little boy is about a month and a half now, and they bought uh stuff for the baby and sent it down. He and his wife had some custom onesies made for their grandson to like, send. And the daughter stated that they did not want, like they told them not to buy anything. Only gifts that they wanted to receive was gift cards. So does this come across as rude, or from a new parent's perspective, you can understand if, I mean, these are the grandparents. Like I can understand you were saying, you may not want people, a whole bunch of random people buying stuff for the baby. And this has nothing to do with like COVID, and I don't want stuff coming from the store. You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with that. They just said they wanted gift cards. So, how do you, is that rude? Am I tripping? Because I would be grateful for anything that somebody took time out to buy my child.
Well, we'll wait on her response. Um, previously has showed what Charlie has noted. My girlfriend walks her cat on a leash. I paid money to see that one. Um, Me personally, while we wait for Terry, that was
And I
for Terry.
mean, she don't have to be the only one to answer. I'm just saying
Uh
she's
huh.
she's a new mom, so I just, But me being a new mother, I would be grateful for anything that anybody buy me, not just, you know, not just, oh well, if you didn't give me a gift card, I don't want it. I told you not to buy my baby anything. Like I want to buy. I just don't grasp that concept, and I'm just asking for somebody to maybe help enlighten me.
So Terry says or asks you what was their response to the grandparents.
The grandparents' response. So the custom stuff, they were like, it's custom. We can't take it back. But the other stuff that they bought, they took it back.
Mm. I will say, with the benefit of having a gift card sent to you, it does allot the parents to go out and buy clothing that will actually fit or eliminate the possibilities of it having to be returned for some of any various reasons. So I can see the benefit in that, but I also kind of lean to where you were going with it as well. Is whenever you bring a bundle of joy in the world and you got your tribe just wanting to provide to you for that child, I pretty much accept anything. Diapers, it could be clothing,
Right.
spoons, any. Pampers, what have you. So I'm kind of on that same boat with you as well. I don't know if it would be considered disrespectful for how they phrased it. I'm it's kind of without being able to talk to them further. It's kind of you. I can see it. It looks like it's possibly disrespectful, but I don't know. That's a good one. That is certainly a good question.
Mm, I just don't. I mean, I think from anybody. Now I do know you get sometimes those duplicate gifts. You get those. Your baby was born, so everybody's like, "Oh, the baby's just born." They get everything 0 to 3 months, or you know what I mean. Like,
Hmm.
so I can get that because you'll wind up having 3 or 4 packages of onesies. Now your baby's in 3 to 6 months. Like, you know what I mean. So
Yes.
I think it's there, but I just feel I guess my issue is not so much the request, but the it sounds like you're just ungrateful. Like you're so particular that you're not even grateful for what someone did.
Mm.
Grandparents are not. Anytime anyone take time out to get you something, whether it's from the Dollar Tree or Louis Vuitton store, you should be as grateful because nobody has to do that.
Hmm. Well said. So, Mahogany states that I think it is okay to say you would prefer gift cards, but you should be grateful for whatever you get. Pretty much harking the same thing you just got through saying.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Mahogany. Dennis says maybe because they it makes it easier on everyone. No returns, and you can get exactly what you need or want. However, should be grateful regardless. Yeah, and pretty much agreeing with what you just got through saying, Mel. Terry says, well, if they told them in advance, then they can feel any type of way because I already told you gift cards. I would still accept it, but would just put it up. They wasted their money.
See?
Um, Charlie says, nope, it's disrespectful. So kind of feeling what you feeling. Terry states that now people tend to buy the same 5 items for baby showers gifts. So I get 20 million onesies that my baby won't even get a chance to wear. Uh, that's a good point too.
And that's why people have started registries, before you were like, who needs a baby registry? This is why. Because you
Yeah, that's true.
you do need a baby registry.
That's true. Charlie said, I agree and wouldn't get anything else from me. Terry chiming back in. However, I'm going to accept cheap baby products or diapers because I am very particular about chemicals in my baby's products. She says that I'm not going to accept, my apologies, cheap baby products or the diapers because I am very particular about the chemicals in my baby products, as
Right.
well you should.
Right.
Mel, you kicked off something over here.
I'm just saying. And I get it because there's so many
Hmm.
things as we are being um having the ability and the privilege of knowing better. We should be doing better. So not gonna throw out any product names or any, Procter and Gamble
What?
particular items. But I will definitely you do have to be cautious now with
Hmm.
you're doing this for your
Absolutely.
kids.
Absolutely.
Um, and we were talking to another couple last night and grandparents where, so many kids are born with so many allergens. Like they're so allergic. We thought it was a weird phenomenon when kids were just having peanut allergies. Now you got, dairy allergies and pollen allergies and sunlight allergies. Like literally kids start whelping up if they outside too long. Like it's all kinds of, stuff. So you do have to be a little
Hmm.
more particular about what someone gives you, especially to put on your baby. Um,
Yes,
that's going to touch their skin. So
that is so true.
I
Uh,
get it. I get it. And I don't know if it was even this deep with them, but
but
maybe benefit of the doubt. Maybe.
yeah, but piggybacking off of what you just got through mentioning, though, I think a lot of the reason for these allergies that we're seeing in kids today are because, and I'll go out on record, this is just my opinion, because they're not being breastfed. I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious with that one. I am serious as a heart attack because the mother actually pass on immunities through her breast milk to her child. And when you go out, you're not receiving those same nutrients or the same protection whenever you go out and buy powdered milk. That's just my opinion.
So I nursed one and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And the nursed one didn't appear to be as sick as the one that I did. And the one that I did not has allergies and, all kinds of stuff. So I do believe that there's some truth to that. Um, but it's it's more to it than that, Deacon Def Jam.
Got you, of course. You're gonna leave that name. We're gonna drop that name. We're gonna drop that name some way or somehow. We're gonna have to get rid of that one. But Terry states that I would say, in my experience, that people don't really shop the registry. They just send what they want if they want to give.
Yep, that's true.
And she also said, preach. Dennis shared with us, that's the question. What went wrong that all the kids are allergic to everything? That's so
Mhm.
true. That is so
Mhm.
true.
And some people have even tied this to the vaccines that the
Hmm.
kids get now.
Interesting.
As an opinion, as an opinion.
As an opinion. Terry says that in other countries you can't even advertise baby formula. Oh, didn't know that.
Oh.
I said keep it real and natural if at all possible.
Mhm.
All right. Well, okay. We got another comment coming in. Miss Charlie, she says I only shop registries or they get a gift card. I am a particular gifter. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, Charlie. So I got another one for you and the masses out there.
Okay.
And this is a phenomenon that has been growing over the past couple of years. I don't see why or or why it has gotten to the point of where it is today. But this is the statement that I'm gonna throw out there. Are clowns scary?
Right before Halloween, huh?
Yeah, right before Halloween. Are clowns scary? I grew up laughing at Ronald McDonald. Clowns brought me joy when I was smaller, but for some reason or another, they viewed as scary.
I think that clowns are eerie.
Do you?
I do.
Huh.
I'm not scared of them, but I think they're kind of eerie looking, depending on their faces. Now, the ones that are meant to be more towards the horrific side of things and the terror side of things, I don't do
Mm-hmm.
them at all. No.
Yeah.
So family, Halloween is the by far my least favorite time of year. If we could do a vote and we could vote out a holiday or a celebration, I will always vote out Halloween. I've never liked it as a child. I
Mm.
don't like it as a adult. Even if I am not outside, the fact that it's Halloween, I'm always my anxiety is always on 10 because I am a
Mm.
huge, huge scary cat of stuff like that.
I find
So
that hard to believe.
I am. And so does my friends. Like they already know. Like you will go up against anything. Are you kidding me? You know this is fake. I'm like, yo, I don't do it. So I think clowns are eerie, but I'm not to the point where I'm scared. But I mean, I know there are people. I mean, there are grown men that are like, I don't do clowns, and they do not at all. They exit stage left if they're in the area.
Wow.
That yeah.
I still don't get it, but to each their own. Maybe it's being how. Maybe it's because of how clowns are being depicted in media today, and everywhere else. I still find laughter at looking at them. Um, hey, touching on the last topic, Charlie says that I also want gifts meant for me from you. No doubt, no doubt.
True. True.
Terry says that clowns are everything but funny. Yeah, they're not anymore. When we were growing up, do tricks and have kids laughing and everything. But for now, they're being depicted as demonic and all other kind of stuff.
Right.
Mahogany said, "I never understood that. How are they scary?" My point exactly, Mahogany. I don't get it either.
Mm,
Charlie says some clowns are, and the scariest are distinguished as players when dating. Oh, this guy, I'm sorry. Some clowns are, and the scariest are disguised as players when they're dating. Left out loud. Oh. Oh, gosh. Uh, but she does say that I love Halloween. We finally disagree. VPFF.
VBFF, we finally disagree. You have fun, and she looks great when she dresses up. I will
Hmm.
comment on everyone when they're in their costumes. However, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like I'm in the house.
Mahogany said, "Leave Halloween alone." Laugh out loud. I love Halloween, dressing up, giving out candies, and the parties.
So nice, so nice. I love to see your pictures. I will be
Mm.
hearting them on Monday because I think Halloween's on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, I think it does fall on a Sunday. I have Terry says that I have a healthy fear of demons, so I don't mess with Halloween or anything horror. Then it states that it's a weird phobia and probably is because of Stephen King. That's that's true. That could be it. Just as Jaws scared people out of the water. Oh, excuse me. Just as Jaws scared people out of the ocean.
Yep, and those were what late 70s and 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It
so
was.
you got those men who were probably like around between the ages of 8 and 10, and now
I ain't gonna lie to you. I know I was looking out in the water too if we would go to the beach after watching Jaws. Jaws one, Jaws two, Jaws three, Jaws four.
Jaws, baby mama, daddies, and uncle come and get you. Jaws,
Yeah.
all of them.
Surprised there haven't been a reboot yet. Uh,
Oh man, I got somebody sent something into me.
oh, okay.
It's the scenario. I am a single 24-year-old male. I find it hard these days to find someone that is wanting to date and have fun without either smoking or drinking. And also, the young lady seems very full of herself. If her nails aren't done, her lashes or her wig isn't on tight, she can't just go out to the store. Is it me, or am I just looking for somebody, as she say, who is basic and busted? Does these things make a young lady really beautiful, and should I change my preference?
Wow, that's a deep one. That is a deep one. Let me ponder upon that while our family get ready to comment on that particular question as well. Charlie, real quick says, "I'll thank you. I'm doing Harley Quinn 2021, the Suicide Squad this year. VBFF."
I record singing "I Need a Gangster," and so you can play it when you walk in.
Anthony Craig said a lot of people scared of them, and my birthday is on Halloween. Pitbull,
Happy birthday, Mr. Craig.
yes sir. Charlie, real quick, Pennywise has some folks messed up. And now she's addressing your particular topic, Melissa. Looking in the wrong places, young man.
Hmm.
Just to recap, could you read that message one more time, Mel?
So, look, now I gotta find.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Basically, he's 24. He's dating, so he's not in a relationship. And every young woman that he's been coming across at some point of them trying to do something. She's more concerned about how she looks versus just kind of being spontaneous and on the go, you know. So if she doesn't have her, as he said, wig on tight, nails done, and lashes, she won't go out. So he's saying, is it him? And when he tries to speak to, I guess this whoever this last girl is he's dating, she let him know that he needed to raise his standards because he's used to being, I guess, with basic busted girls. Like if they don't have that, they're not pretty or they're not on a certain status. And he's like, you know, should he change his preference? But he just prefers somebody who can be beautiful and just be beautiful without all of that.
Mm. So we got Charlie, as we can see, she already done chimed in on it. Um, Terry states that no, don't change, King. Occasionally drinking, not getting drunk though.
Yeah.
Um, Charlie says, love that. LOL. Craig responds back, thank you. Let's see. Mahogany states that no, don't change your preference. Stop dating superficial women if that's not what you like.
Yeah. Because they probably are meeting him. Like he's probably seeing them and like, hey, how you doing? But
Hmm.
doesn't realize like that's them, you know?
Yes, yes. We all recall that idiot who put on Gorilla Glue on lay hair down just to go to the store.
Yes.
Uh, we do. Charlie says, say that for the people again, Mahogany.
I mean, A Money, like appreciating a woman's beauty and her enhancements, that's all we'll just call them, enhancements, is one thing. But I mean, as a guy who used to date before you know, you met your queen and got married, like if you, you know, I guess being too pretty or being too, you know, cute, is that frustrating or do you know some of your friends back in the day that was like, they like that? I mean,
Some liked it, others didn't. Um, my preference overall, it was a bonus, but not to the extent where that's your makeup of yourself. That's what
mhm,
your presentation of yourself is. I was more so who you were behind all of that.
mhm.
How you act, how you portray yourself, your heart. Those were the things that I looked at personally. But I do know growing up that a lot of some guys I associated with did take that into account as well as far as the look. But that wasn't all of what I was concentrating on at the time. It's definitely that inner person, how you carried yourself more so meant a lot to me more so than the outer facade that you're trying to portray.
But there's a lot of men that are, and I, you know, this goes into a whole nother conversation, but there's a lot of men that are fueling that in the dating world, in the dating atmosphere, society. And so now women feel pressured to do all these things to even get attention or to be a catch. So, you know, a lot of them are doing the fat replacement and putting it in their butt and, you know, sucking in their waist and all this kind of stuff. Um, so you do ultimately have the right to make your own mind up. But I mean, there's a large percentage of men. That's who they're after. That's who they're commenting on. That's who, you know, they're like, oh, she's fine. So there's a lot of women that feel like, well, my chances will increase, you know, of getting someone if I look like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of who I like to point the finger at a lot of times with stuff like that, trends and everything. A lot of that I have to put on the media, social media, entertainment, videos. Those are the things that's being flaunted in front of people right now to say that this is what you should be striving for, which it
Mhm.
really isn't. Everybody
Right.
comes in their own shape, sizes, looks, likes, preferences. You don't have to conform to what is being presented to you in the media as being the the new thing, the what you should be striving for. You should I also strive just to be the better version of you.
Right. That's right.
So let's see what Charlie got for us. So being enhanced doesn't mean can't live without. Sounds like those young ladies are in aesthetics, not the true personality, because it is, excuse me, because if the first date is a water park, they are washed up, left out loud. That's
They're
true.
not going. They're
No,
not going.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
they're
was a
sitting on the side the whole time.
yeah, there's a girl who just posted a video. She got flowers and they're like the kind you get from like a grocery store. So they're in the cellophane wrap. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, the guy gave me the flowers from my heart. But I mean, I just feel like he just half stepped on this. Like there's no vase, there's no water. Like, don't do that. Don't give me something halfway. What? Like you're never gonna get flowers again. Ever.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No,
Ever.
it's a bad move. That was a bad move on
A
her
real
part.
bad move. Like a real bad move.
So Mahogany states that no woman should feel she has to have all of that every day just to go out in public. Even though we can enhance our beauty, we should still be able to embrace our natural beauty.
Mhm.
Well
Mhm.
said. Well said.
That's
All
right.
right. See what my brother Dennis has to share with us. It's not his concern on what makes a woman feel put together. Either get with it or get lost. Sounds like a controlling prerequisite. Am I
Prerequisite,
prerequisites.
yeah.
Yep, thanks. To dictate how dressed up or down a lady needs to be.
That's a nice spin on that, Mr.
Yeah,
Barton.
yeah, that is. Okay, so Charlie states we are losing beauty is in the eye of the beholder mentally.
Mhm.
That's true. Just like the records too. I mean, well, not even records. I feel old even saying
The
just like
record,
the.
get the
Just,
record, like,
I mean,
get the records and put it on.
I knew that one wasn't gonna slide by. But even the music today, you think about it, the stuff that our parents used to listen to, the stuff that we used to grow up listening to, a lot of the stuff was symbolism. It was they didn't bring you in the bedroom and gave you the specifics of what was going down. You
Right,
just they insinuated what was potentially getting ready
right.
to happen. Did
Yeah,
you
right,
left?
right, 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 right. And then if you needed that, because there's always been these artists that
Mm-hmm.
did that. So you're like, oh, I'm in that mood, so I'm gonna go listen to her, or I'm gonna go listen to him. But I mean, now it's everywhere,
Yes.
everything.
Yes. Absolutely. Terry says, I feel you on the smoking thing. Like, can we do something these days without everyone wanting to smoke? Charlie says, most places here are non smoking, so they're not going out anywhere in the DMV area. Terry states, date someone with kids, left out loud. I don't have the time or energy for that all the time or half the time. So true, so true, so
It is
true.
true. It is true.
Well, sis, ah, 1 minute to the end. That just flew by. This flew by quick. You know why it flew by so quick?
Why?
It's our family out there sharing and dropping this knowledge. I mean, we sitting up here having a lively conversation. When you have lively conversations like this and discussions, before you know it, time flies.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So, what do you have? What would you like to say in closing, sis?
In closing, I'm cool. Like I think that we just have to understand, like when you talking about what you're talking about Wednesdays, is really on that level of just throwing stuff out there and you give your opinion and it's be respected. But it's so much that you'll sit back and be like, I wonder if anybody else thinks about this, or if anybody else have this. Like, so that's why we like doing these shows with our families, to give us those interesting perspectives and spins
Mhm.
on another way to look at something, and it helps open your mind up. So in
Yes.
closing, I'm
Yes.
enjoying the fact that we've had our participation this evening, and I'm looking forward to the next show, the next guest. And yeah, we have some changes coming as always, because we don't want to keep things the same and boring for our family, right? So we got
Mhm.
some changes coming up. I'm excited about all of it going into
Yes.
2022.
Yes, me too. Me too. And in closing, Charlie says I don't have any kids. I don't have kids, and I ain't either, Terry. Yeah. So again, I like to personally thank everyone who came in and took the time out of their personal availability to sit down and chop it up with us, to share your thoughts, your likes, and helping us to move this show together. And thank you, and continued blessings to you all. Until next time, stay safe, love everybody, the ones that you really love.
Good, everybody.
And we'll see you again next week, family. Thank you, Terry. I mean, thank you, Charlie. She said, have a wonderful week. ATRT randomly. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it, Charlie. You as well, sis. You as well. Until next week, everybody. Thank you.